Yeah, it feels a lot different because we felt like we could possibly make the NBA Finals, and that was our goal. So, it's always been a real goal for us, but this year was like, that's the only thing that matters.
How much do you think is the fact you're sitting here due to factors you guys keep control, and how much is due because you guys keep bumping into LeBron James?
I mean, a lot of things we could control. And some comes to the Cleveland Cavaliers. We've lost to them 3 years in a row now. That guy's pretty good. He's really good. So at the end of the day, like I always say, to be the best, you got to beat the best. And we continuously, the last 3 years, have fell to the team that's made it to the finals the last 3 years.
What wasn't there for this team, Tom?
I think toughness. I think the physical toughness. I think we just weren't. We let them be way too comfortable. To be honest, I think they just were. Game one, I think they were a little bit uncomfortable because they were coming off a physical series, and then after that they felt like they could just do whatever and not do whatever, but just kind of get where they wanted, get the shots they wanted, get the matchups they wanted. I think that's where I think it was just different.
How much of that is personnel and how you guys have played all year? How much of that is scheme? How much of that is just living up to the moment?
I think it's just different basketball when it comes to regular season. Preseason, regular season, playoffs. I think everything's a different, kind of a different feel. And I don't think we just didn't know, or we weren't ready to be as physical as we needed to be. We did a great job in the regular season, but playoffs are just different.
How having played to the number one seed, does it now feel a little bit like a wasted opportunity?
Yep,
How so?
it's a wasted year for me. I mean, we said it before. For me, it was championship or bust, and that's what I feel. That's what I really feel. So, wasted year for me.
Is it tough to start the grind again?
No, because I love the game. I love basketball. I love doing my job. And I still want to get to that ultimate goal of holding that trophy. So for me, it's a wasted year, but it's just a motivation to continue to get better. Go ahead.
You guys went through a lot of changes before this season. Are you convinced that this team is on the right track towards getting where you want to be?
I mean, I think we won 59 games. We got the one seed, even though it doesn't matter. All that doesn't matter. I think, we just got to, whatever happens, you got to be prepared for this time, this year, the mental, the physical strength. That's what's important.
So, given the great regular season you had and given the deep roster you had, where does the belief come from that it can be different with a very similar group?
A year of experience always helps. I think that definitely helps. I think everyone gets a little bit more confident. I think everyone continues to grow as individuals. Our young guys continue to get better. OG goes into the summer, gets better. Pascal, Yak, all these guys continue to get better. And understand that it's not about, all about the regular season. Regular season is just for show. It's good to get what you need to get, but you got to prove it in the playoffs.
Did your reduced minutes load and the way you were kind of used this year, did that help you found in this postseason?
And that's the frustrating part, because I feel as good as I've ever felt. Like, I felt like I really had like another 2-3 months of like just the mental freshness. My body feels great. Like I feel like I was able to just keep going. And that's why it's a little bit frustrating for me, because it was a great year in the sense of minutes down, less usage and all that. And I felt like I had a lot more to give. And that's why it's frustrating, to go out this way.
Do you feel like playing the style you guys played this regular season with more depth, more young guys, do you think that can translate to the playoffs?
It helped, but at the end of the day, you got to be able to change styles somewhat. You know what I mean? And we played, good basketball with the style we played, and it helped us get really far in the regular season. It helped us get to the second round. But, things that teams did defensive schemes-wise were different, and it kind of took a little bit of the ball movement away. So we got to be able to figure out, change this or do that differently.
There's going to be a lot of talk about Dwayne's status. Ty Lue said it would be absurd, crazy to get rid of him. What do you think about Dwayne and his job this year?
I mean, for me and Coach, we've had our trials and tribulations. I've been able to be who I've become with him as my coach, and I always believe in him. And I believe he's one of the best coaches out there, one of the best coaches that I've had. At the end of the day, he's still my coach, and that's what it is right now.
What could have been done better in this series besides toughness, besides that aspect?
There's a lot of things that you can go back and say this, maybe the pace, more shots, less turnovers, more aggressiveness, getting to the basket. A lot of things could have been said to be done differently. To be honest, you can go back and pick up every little, you could do this, you could say that, but it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? I think the most important thing that I felt for me personally, but for our team, was the physicality and toughness and making them uncomfortable, which they weren't.
Do you think the team can learn that, no matter who their personality?
I think so. I mean, I think we can definitely, kind of instill it and work on it all year. I mean, you look at Memphis from years ago, the grit and grind. Those guys just every game, and they added a couple pieces, but everyone was tough like that. That came to the team, got tough, or instilled toughness.
So, Kyle, does this group have the pieces in order to achieve that?
I think so. I think we got great pieces to be tough team and physical, and no matter what, just go out there and just kind of play your game and be physical. They call fouls. We're deep enough to, you get 2 fouls, whatever, you can play it out. We can sub you out. I think we had the depth to do that.
Do people understand how difficult it is to try to contain a generational player like LeBron James and beat him in the playoffs?
I don't think people understand it, no. I mean, I think they're watching, one of the greatest players ever to play the game. The 90s, they had MJ. You go back even further, imagine the team that was playing against Bill Russell. Couldn't beat him. But, somebody has to at some point. And we always wanted to be us. So, like I said, man, it's just tough just to know that you feel like you have more to give.
Given those expectations you had coming into the series that you built up all season, given how the series went, where does the belief have to come from next year? Because now you can have a great regular season. It doesn't guarantee anything.
Yeah, the belief comes from yourself and everyone on your team and your organization. I mean, every day, it's coming in and believing in what I need you to do this, I need you to do that, I need you to be here, or we got to do this. It's always about yourself and your organization, your team. You give yourself that belief. You don't worry about, you don't need to believe from the outside. You need to believe from within inside.